I'm going to slowly crawl into audience insights. There we are. All right, so what you can do is you can do a custom audience. So what we just created, one of those custom audiences in there, say they watched 50% of your video, they've interacted with your site in the last 90 days, they've interacted with your Facebook page or Instagram page in the last, 180 days, whatever it is. You have your custom audiences, people connected to you or to your page. So if you have a large page, I'd recommend this. If not, I wouldn't really worry about it too much because that'll give you a little bit of retargeting data, but it's not really connected. It's not really going to help you too much. But I usually go for everyone on Facebook. Let's go with the United States. Oh, whoops, it's automatically on there, of course. And then, of course, you have your age range. So it's basically your same targeting that is in your actual ad, not ad group, the ad set level. So not your ad and not your campaign, but your ad set level in the middle. This is basically the same targeting you're going to find in there. But what this is going to do is it's going to tell you, hey, this is what people in that ad set like. So say you're, doing German Shepherds. Oops, if I can spell correctly. Okay, let's do that. We can say on here, okay, so it's 68% is women that like it, 32% is men, and then it compares it to actually all of Facebook. Relationship statuses, most of it's married, education levels, all that kind of stuff. Goes through job titles, all that. But one thing that's pretty cool, and I don't know if this one's going to work or not because I just randomly picked German Shepherds, but a lot of time it'll have different things in here. So it'll have, their favorite this or their favorite that, or say you're selling German Shepherd stuff online. You might want to dig deeper and go into, okay, I love German Shepherds. Maybe I want to click on that page and see what's kind of going on. Maybe it's a page that people really that like German Shepherds. Maybe we'll go into that as an actual page. So we'll take this one off and say, I love German Shepherds. I love German. Okay, so it's not on there. Sometimes ones that you want on there are not on there, so that means, well, it doesn't automatically mean that you can't target them in the actual ad set level, but it's just saying it is not able to target that page. So you might be able to in there, but here it's not showing us anything for that actual page. But it is showing us these different pages, so maybe I might dive in a little bit deeper and be like, okay, I love German Shepherds. Of course, it's all German Shepherds, so I'm going to market against this page. I'm sure a lot of people will market against this page and that kind of stuff, so that's why it's, you're going to have a hard time doing that type of marketing right now. So make sure you have a product that you actually love and want to actually work with. But for the most part, you can kind of see what's going on. You can also see location data. So, okay, we got Columbus, Ohio, and Vegas. I have a limited budget. I'm only spending $30 a day, $100 a day, that kind of stuff. So maybe I'm going to target more of Vegas and more of Ohio because I know people in that area buy this like German Shepherds more. Is this foolproof? Just like everything else, it is not because we're only as good as the data we're given. Then we also have activities, that kind of stuff that's on there. So this one doesn't help as much as location and page likes does. You might even want to, look into some of these other different ones and be like, oh, wow, okay, maybe this has a little, whatever that helps more. Let's find something that's like, yeah. So we're starting to get more and more away from the target audience that we're trying to do. But I hope this gives you a nice little overview of audience insights, how to search, how to create it, how to go through the whole thing. You can also, what is it? You can open some, don't save. Oh yeah, I haven't created any in here, so I don't have any, but if you created some and you wanted to for your business and maybe you wanted to look back later on, maybe today it gives you this data, maybe a week from now it gives you something different. You just kind of want to look in there, maybe something pops up, maybe a page that didn't show before. You can even just go to facebook.com and search, German Shepherds and see what pops up, then plug them into these different ones here. So let's see. Page, we can go into, let's do one real quick. German Shepherds. German Shepherds. All right, let's go to German Shepherd lovers. That one might come up because it seems like a larger one. So let's do German Shepherd bird others. Is that coming through? No. So you can, I mean, look at some different stuff here. So the problem is a lot of third-party data is being taken away. They don't want us to even be able to market against some of these. I mean, it is definitely changing a little bit, but if you're lucky, you might be able to get something up in this top range when you're actually creating your ad set to pop up in the targeting data. So it might be a page that you can actually target. I mean, it used to be back in the day when it first existed, you could target a person and literally just show one person ads, and it was pretty cool. You could freak them out. But it is far, far, far away from that, and especially with all this data problems that are going on, it has definitely changed. So I hope, again, this has helped you with basically the whole audience insights, and you can also, choose men, women, whatever. But either way, I can play with this for a long time. I can dive way, way deeper into all this kind of stuff, check out different pages, see what's kind of going on, look at magazines online, go to Google and type in whatever I want to, and just search different stuff, and then you might stumble upon something. And a lot of people aren't going to do that much work. They're going to come in here and they're going to probably plug in German Shepherds and be like, okay, these 3 pages are good, so I'm going to go ahead and put those 3 pages on there. You're going to only be as good as your targeting and your data. Now, I do want to stress that it is important not to over-target. Because if you over-target, what Facebook does is, say you gave it the world. It's going to find an audience inside of there, especially if you're spending enough money, and say, okay, these people bought, I'm going to do more people like that. Well, what that does is if you take your actual targeting and you shrink that, so you do only do, these German Shepherd, blah, blah, blah. Well, what it's actually going to do is it's going to then go in those audiences and try and optimize it inside those audiences, So you run out of audiences pretty decently quick. I mean, it looks like a large audience here, but I mean, you start to throw a couple grand behind it, and that audience is blown very, very quickly. I mean, you want a couple million when you're spending a lot of money kind of going after people. And that's why it's more on the actual ad content, making sure it's shareable, making sure it's more of a strategy play versus just hoping that I can target really well. Because Facebook is very, very good in their algorithm. And if you let it do its job after it's done learning, it'll just keep growing and growing and growing, getting you more and more customers, because what they call it as a seasoned pixel is on your website, those people that go to those different sites, they will actually, not different sites, go to your site and go to the certain pages. It will actually season it and say, okay, these people are doing this, these people are doing that, this person bought, this person didn't buy, this person's added to cart, blah, 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 and just keep showing it to people and just get better, better, better at trying to get people to purchase from your store. Problem is, if you have too small of an audience, it's going to do all that inside of the audience, so you've already shrunken your audience, then it's going to shrink it again for you with Facebook. And then you're going to burn through an audience really quick, and you're going to find your CPMs, cost per 1,000, just rise like crazy. So again, I've ended this video multiple times, but I hope this helps, and we'll move on to the next section.